Everybody deserves love, kindness, even the a-holes. Jesus embraced a-holes.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
He never said, hey, you're not allowed in this flock. You're an a-hole.
That was
Jesus never said that.
That was in Corinthians, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he also said I didn't have a choice.
My Father God put this on me.
There's a lot of pressure on him.
So at least for 10 minutes each week, we embrace a-holes and show our kindness. This person here doesn't even know if they're being an a-hole or not, though.
Am I the a-hole for being upset my boyfriend didn't tell his family I use a wheelchair? Found this on the infamous Reddit thread, AITA. I, 25-year-old female, have been dating my boyfriend, 25-year-old male, for a little over a year. Due to the fact that he doesn't live near his family and the world situation, I hadn't met his family yet. They traveled to him for his 25th birthday, and he asked me to be there to meet them. I was, of course, excited about this and readily agreed, though I stressed he had to tell them about me. I'm an ambulatory wheelchair user, which means I do have some limited mobility, but I rely on my chair quite a bit. I didn't want them surprised when they met me, and I kept stressing to him that he had to tell them about me. I didn't specifically say that he should say, about the chair, but I figured that was a given. I was wrong, however, as when I wheeled out to meet them with him, their faces fell and they were clearly shocked and things quickly became awkward. I later on during the birthday celebrations had to field some questions that made me very uncomfortable. And when they found out I had limited mobility, they were so relieved that honestly, I felt very upset as I have limited mobility now, but that may not be the case in the future. There was even some jokes from his brother when brother found the rail at the toilet my boyfriend had installed so I could use the bathroom at his place. The real issue happened, though, when his mother asked if I was able to have kids.
Oof.
And I told her that was very personal and none of her business. She got very defensive and told me she was just wondering if her son and I decided to have kids one day if we'd have to adopt or get a surrogate.
Oh my God.
I won't lie. I got pretty upset at this point and told her we hadn't discussed kids yet, and that was up to us in the future. I ended up leaving with my boyfriend following me, trying to make me come back, telling me I was overreacting. And his family were just surprised and being nosy. When I asked him why he didn't tell them I used a wheelchair, he told me he hadn't thought it important. That he told them about me as a person, and the chair wasn't part of me. I told him, like it or not, it was a part of me, and he should have given them a heads up. This was yesterday, and I'm honestly still very upset by this. He keeps texting me and telling me his family didn't mean to upset me, and I've not answered him yet. Am I wrong to be upset that he'd keep this from them, which led to this situation?
Well, this is going to be an easy debate, so let me just go on a sidebar here and ask this question because I think it's really pretty interesting. 1-855-BERT Show. If you do have limited mobility, would you rather the people you're about to meet know about that or not? Right?
In this instance, she wanted them to know.
And that's why there's no debate.
And, well, even though she didn't specifically say it, like, we've learned you need to pretty much be blunt and speak what you want. She said, tell them about me. I wish she would have said, tell them about me and the fact that I use a wheelchair. He, in his head, thought he was doing the right thing. I want to assume that the wheelchair is not who she is.
Right.
She's a wonderful person. I focus on all these other wonderful attributes about her. The wheelchair doesn't matter to me, which is lovely. But the fact he took that approach and didn't tell them and led to that horrific interaction with the mother asking if she was capable of having children. OMG.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine. I mean, we all agree mom's an a-hole regardless.
Mom's an a-hole, brother's an a-hole, whole
Yep.
family's an a-hole. And you kind of, you know your family are a-holes, like a little bit. You got an inkling that, okay, probably going to have problems with this and this and this one. You warn them so they can get their dumbass questions out of the way before they embarrass you in front of your girlfriend. That's why she wanted him to tell them.
This may be pure ignorance on her part, though. There are a lot of people that go through an entire life and never have any interaction with anybody in a wheelchair or limited mobility. And that's why I'm asking here, because it's an interesting question, because we're around Bert's Big Adventure kids all the time. And what we hear from the parents is, I just want them to be treated like children, not children in a wheelchair. So I wouldn't think about telling probably my family that she was in a wheelchair unless she made the request. And then, of course, I'm going in.
Well, that's okay. So what you said is accurate because we are, and I think exposure is so important. And the fact that we have Bert's Big Adventure kids in wheelchairs, and so we have been around this a lot. Yes, they wanted to be treated like kids. She wants, I'm sure, to be treated like every other human being on earth.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with letting your family know ahead of time that she's in a wheelchair. And hey, she just wants to be treated like a normal person, but just so you know, she's in a wheelchair. That doesn't mean she gets treated any differently. It's just giving your family the heads up. Like Davi said, especially if you know your family, like your brother is going to crack jokes about the fact that there's a rail in your bathroom so she can easily use the restroom.
Yeah, so
That's where he went wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, a
Not
lot.
knowing his family, because I could see why he didn't say anything from the jump. Because like you said, it doesn't define her. So I might not have said anything either. But know your family.
And when she makes the request, he took that power away from her. He made the decision for her, which makes him an a-hole.
But again, she didn't say, tell them I'm in a wheelchair. She said, tell them about me.
Hey, Charlotte, good morning. You're part of the Bert Show. Tommy, you got Charlotte up? Charlotte, you there? There you are.
Yes, are you there?
Yes, hi.
Okay. Hi, good morning.
Good morning, what's up?
Nothing. I was just saying that I think that she should have been maybe a little bit more specific because she's probably gone through this before in the past about how he wanted or how she wanted him to be more specific about the wheelchair. And he might not think the wheelchair is a part of her, but others might think that. And so she kind of already might have known that from previous experiences. So maybe she should have been a little bit more open and had a more detailed conversation.
It's an interesting question. Really is. Like, how detailed should I go in? I think that's what you got to ask. Okay, so what is it you want me to tell them?
Tell them I'm in a wheelchair.
If that's your ask, right?
Just like that.
The Bert Show.